Hello, my name is Alper Ozdamar. Today I'm gonna introduce my blockchain project to you. My project name is Vehicle History Check. I will briefly explain what is it. In Turkey, the second-hand car market is really huge. Approximately 6 million cars exchange between individuals yearly. Second-hand car prices are directly related with car's brand name, model, year, and the feature of car. On the other hand, Turkish car buyers also care about some other features like car's mileage, accident history. For instance, if there's an additional paint in your car other than the manufacturer's original paint, Turkish people don't want to buy it in a regular second-hand price, and cars price reduced drastically. Car mileage is very important for Turkish people. They don't want to pay much to used cars, which has more than 200,000 kilometers. As a result, some people manipulate cars' mileage. They lower cars' actual mileage to be able to sell their cars with a higher price. It is really hard for a regular buyer to understand this fraud. If every vehicle service in Turkey use blockchain to keep service records of service car, dishonest sellers cannot fool buyers easily. Blockchain is immutable. Nobody can change car history, and data will never get lost. The records will be distributed to every service in Turkey, decentralization, or in world actually. If a buyer or anyone requests a history check for a car, they can be able to see this immutable data. So what I'm gonna do in this demo, I will start 3 services in different locations: Ankara, Istanbul, Izmir, let's say, three different cities. And as you see, the ports names are different. I will launch these applications one by one. So when car owner come to a service and get some service, let's say, change some parts of the car, this service records the car's mileage and the other information. Then they will submit that transaction, and this transaction will be get by miners and distributed to the other services. So in some time, if say this car goes to same service in another time, they will enter the new mileage again, or this car can go to another location in Izmir, let's say. They will get service from this location, and they also submit that car information, and this information will be distributed to the blockchain. So if sometime any other people come to our GUI, the service, and ask for cars mileage, they will enter the car's plate. For us, the car's plate is the unique one, and they can query the car's history, so they can see the latest mileage that they entered to the blockchain. So let's start our project. I'm gonna start 3 services. Let's say Ankara, Istanbul, and Izmir. I started my services, and every service has its own private and public key to be able to sign the transaction. Disabling firewall actually now. Okay, so I'm starting my services. Okay, now let's say the actor come to the Ankara service and get some service from this location. They will give this plate. Let's say this is the plate in Turkey. Let's say when he came here, the first mile is 10 mile, and it's save it. I save this one, this transaction, and every service has some balance. It's starting from 1,000, and for every transaction they made, I will deduct 100. Okay, so it's deducted to 900. This is my, let's say, Ankara's blockchain. This is the canonical one. I can see this transaction in here with the balance 900. I also write the time and who give this service. This is the 6686. This is the Ankara's port, and I also use the public key to the transaction. Now let's query this one, this query information. Let's say, give me the mileage of this car. So they give me the transaction related to this plate, but now let's make it more complicated. Let's go to the no, let's this car come to this service again, same location, and we will enter that one also. Let's say this time this car mileage is 1000, and I'll save it. I will check it. Let's say, so as you see, I'm listing the all transaction related with this car. So it was, the balance was decreased from 900 to 800. And where is the mileage? This is the second mileage. The first time he came, it was 10. Now it is 1000. And now let's make this one. This car goes to Istanbul, okay, the different service. Let's say we can change this port to, this is Istanbul port. 86683 is Istanbul port. 6686 Ankara port. And also I want to show you that we can query it from different service location. This is Istanbul. I just want to, no, I just want to enter a new mileage in Istanbul. Okay, so let's say this car goes to Istanbul and get service. As you see, this mileage is here, and I want to query, I can query it from Ankara in anywhere, any place. I want to query, where is my query page? Oh, sorry, yes, here. I want to query from Ankara. So I need to see 3 transactions. Yes. As you see, this balance is 900 because this is a different service. This is Istanbul service. So as you see in service, this is Istanbul. These 2 was in Ankara, and this one is in Istanbul. So the latest mileage is, as you see, is 20,000. It's increasing. Okay. So let's go back and let's go to the Izmir. Let's go to another location. So Izmir's port is 668. Izmir's port is 6685. So I think 6685. Okay. 6685. So this car goes to Izmir. So now let's write a big mileage. Now save it. I want to check my also canonicals. So in canonical, we need to a little bit wait to, yeah, it's come. So this new mileage came from Izmir. Let's check if it has come from Izmir or not. Time, yes, 6685 service is coming from Izmir, right? Okay, now let's query. This time I want to query from Istanbul. Yes, this is Istanbul. Let's query this car from Istanbul. Yes, as you see, there are 4 transactions coming from 3 different services. I can see the car information in here. Okay, what can I talk about? This one, I think I talk about this car goes to different locations we submit the transactions, and actor query the plates and get the car information. And I want to talk about from my project plan to you, and I will show my project plan. Here is my project plan. Actually, we can say it's success or failures. Let's say I'm able to add service information for incoming cars. I'm entering the mileage. I'm able to distribute the car service information to the other services successfully. Car information cannot be changed. Data integrity is important. Good, because I'm signing my transaction and sending through the heartbeats, and when the other service gets, it's verify it with the public key of the sender. So data integrity is checked. Car service information can be queried by users. As you see, we can do that. So for the list that I wrote next to do for the midpoint, I did everything. I'm signing the request with the private key, verifying the heartbeat with the public key of the sender. Data distribution through peers, yes, as you see, I did it. Interface for user to read car information is done. Testing is done. Demo preparation is now going. And if I have time, I have 2 minutes more. I want to show the code actually a little bit. This is my transaction pool. As you see, every service has its own transaction pool. And when we submit some data, this transactions comes to this pool, and miners get this transaction, get the transaction from that pool, and this also this transaction will be spread to the other miners through heartbeats. So what can we do next? Actually, what can we do next? For if I had time, I will do the, I will add here more than mileage. I can add here some accident information. Let's say if we did some operation in car, I will write in here actually, and we can see. And the other thing we can do is I didn't like this GUI. I will show you. You see it actually. I want this. I want to make this one is more readable for now, but I think it's not our concern right now. I will make a better GUI if I have time. And as you see, every transaction ID is in here, and public key of the sender. You can see in here. And what can I talk about? What else? We always enter the same plate. Let's see different plate in here. So, okay, let's now query only that plate. So as you see, we entered this plate and there's only one transaction. So it was 90. So I think that's it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. Bye-bye.